Hey everyone, welcome to Just Cuz. My name's Jay. Just a disclaimer, I am not a healthcare professional. I'm just speaking from my experiences as well as talking to a professional, research online, and very resourceful videos that you can also find on YouTube. I went through my fair share of I've also been seeing a lot of my family, friends, all kind of going similar situations, but at the same time, I don't think they're also aware of what's happening to them. It's something that is very triggering for a lot of people. I just wanted to educate you guys on this particular disorder so that way you can be a little bit more aware and hopefully you can make sure that you don't get stuck into that kind of situation. Do a little bit of a reality check. What is narcissism? So narcissism is a person who feels they have a high superiority amongst everyone else. They see everything in a superficial way, their way or the highway. Generally, their relationships with people are very two-dimensional. They have a very challenging time of self-regulation and self-awareness. This type of disorder is something that stems from childhood. It's generally trauma from childhood and how they were raised. So whether you were neglected as a child or whether your parents are overprotective of you, have so much expectations on your plate. Narcissistic people cling on to empathic people and vice versa. The reason why they cling on to someone that's empathic is generally people who are more empathic can be easily manipulated. I know for me as an empath, I just always want to see the good in people, and sometimes when people make horrible mistakes, I always tend to justify it. But in reality, it's the same reoccurring thing over and over again. So now you just have to be a little bit more aware and mindful that there might be some underlying issues here. Especially when you meet a narcissistic person for the very first time, they're generally very sweet, kind. They say all the right things that make you feel good and feel wanted and feel cared for. Generally, after all that love bombing phase ends, comes the control and the whole manipulation. That's the number one thing about narcissists is control. You owe everything to them without them having to owe you nothing close to what you give them or what they expect of you. Without further ado, I wanted to share you guys the top 10 things that a narcissistic person feels like you owe them. Number 1, narcissists think you owe them your attention. Let me ask you guys something. Do you guys ever feel like you know someone who always wants your attention? You have to see them all the time, you have to be there for them all the time, and they're just very dependent on you. That's generally how a narcissistic mindset works. They want your undivided attention at all times, whether you are busy working, spending time with family, with friends. At the end of the day, they want your time, and if you don't give them that time, they start to question your loyalty and also start to question your priorities within this relationship. It kind of guilt trips you into thinking that you are not doing enough for them, when in reality, you've been doing so much that you can give at a human capacity level. Number 2, they think you owe them your guilt. Narcissistic people tend to play victim. They love to say that everyone else is too sensitive and that they like to victimize themselves. However, it's actually the other way around. Narcissistic people tend to put blame on you and make you feel guilty for something that you have never even done. This is the core of how they manipulate you into doing things that they want you to do for them by bringing down your self-worth and your confidence. After all, narcissistic people thrive on the convenience of others. What can I get out of this person? What can I get out from this relationship? What can I get out from this friendship? It's all about convenience. Number 3, a narcissist thinks that you owe them your time. Their time is the top priority out of your entire life. Whether you're out with your friends, they expect you to ditch your friends, your family. They would be the ones that are constantly texting and calling you, asking where you are, who you're with, why aren't you home yet? All you care about is your friends. You don't care about me. You don't make enough time for me. They expect you to put everything aside, whether it's something that benefits you and your career. They feel like they have to be first priority out of everyone else. And even when it comes to you giving your time and full-on attention, they would never give the exact same back in return. The only time they would actually give you the time of day when it comes to your situations or your needs is if it benefits them. Number 4, narcissist thinks that you are responsible for them and their wrongdoings. They can't own up to their own faults and their own mistakes. Therefore, they put the blame on other people. They generally are the type that will blame people for, you distracted me, I couldn't concentrate. You did this, that's why I couldn't succeed in that. It's always about putting the blame on others without them having to take full ownership. You are the one who is responsible for all the bad things that are happening to them. Number 5, narcissist thinks you are in debt to them. Sometimes it's really hard to identify a narcissist from the very beginning. They are just very attentive towards you and they are just very sweet, but that generally ends. It's always a hot and cold situation. They're gonna be nice when they really need something from you. They would say things like, no one will ever treat you the way that I treat you. No one will treat you well as the way I treat you, even though the relationship itself is actually doing more harm than good. Number 6, they think you owe them your ear to listen. As empaths, you just want to make sure that they're okay, that they're attended for, and that they're not going crazy with whatever situation that they are dealing with, but they don't show that much appreciation when it comes to you giving the attention. They love it. But when it comes to your needs and when you need someone to talk about your situation, they're never the ones to give that ear. The rare occasions that they might listen to you and what you have to say would only be there's an incentive to what you're saying that would benefit their plans or their agenda. Number 7, narcissist thinks you owe them your companionship. Narcissists tend to want their partners or their friends to accompany them in whatever they want to do, whether it is going to a party and so forth. But when it comes to your needs and when you need company, it's an inconvenience. They want you to be with them whenever they need you. But whenever they don't need you, they expect you to not see other people or hang out with other people, because at the end of the day, if you're with other people, to them it looks like a priority issue where you're not prioritizing them enough. Number 8, a narcissist thinks you owe them your kindness. The act of kindness is a one-way street when it comes to a relationship with a narcissist. They use a lot of manipulation when it comes to getting the things that they want out of someone who is very nice, kind, and very empathic, because empathic people, that's just generally what we want to do. We want to make sure that we're there for everyone. We are people pleasers, and that's exactly the type of person they want when it comes to control and feeling better about themselves. They expect you to be kind, always there for them, no matter how hurtful, how demoralizing their actions and their comments can be. Number 9, they think you owe them your freedom. Controlling behaviors are so reoccurring and so evident when it comes to narcissistic traits. They are individuals who like to make decisions for other people's rather than acknowledging your wishes or what you want to do. The only time that they will acknowledge what your wishes are is if it's something that aligns with what they want to do and their interests. Many people generally start to question themselves and have a lot of self-doubt within themselves and a lot of self-esteem issues. People get to a point where they start losing their authentic self, which is a big indicator as to why you should leave or set boundaries when you are in a friendship or any kind of relationship with a narcissist. Number 10, narcissists think they own you. It is the harsh truth, but it is facts. Narcissist thinks that they have full control over your life and they can do whatever they want with you. So do any of these points that I've just mentioned right now resonate with any of you guys that you can also relate to, that you think that you're going through? If you guys do want to see more of this kind of content, drop it down on the comments below. And thank you guys so much for taking the time and the opportunity to listen to me. I hope you guys found this video very informative. Like, comment, and subscribe to Just Cuz YouTube channel. And don't forget to hit that notification bell to get notified on our latest videos. Thank you guys so much again. I hope this information can help you guys with whatever you're going through in your own friendships or own relationships or even your relationships at work. Take care, stay safe, bye.